And we are live. Hello everyone. Welcome to another show match for Sudden Disaster. Another Sudden Disaster show match featuring Charles versus Sebastian. And let's get these links set up properly here. That is interesting. 2 underscores consecutively in a YouTube link. Discord seemed to have problems pressing that, but I think we're good. Oh, the dashboard isn't working, right? Is that still not working? And oh, the dashboard's working. The dashboard's working. I see stuff being updated. Hello, Alicog. How are you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. Guys in chat. Well, thanks for being here. There's some white backgrounds on these maps. What is that? And hello, Gogelkopf. What the heck? I don't want to choose my goal. I want to go back. So indeed, we got Barles on the left, Sebastian on the right. So I think we'll cast this, and then there's some Ling Cup qualifiers going on, but most of that'll be tomorrow. So I think today I'm just going to do some map scripting, because I need to get some map scripting out of the way. Maybe I'll stream it. Move these out of the group. Can. Okay, let's hope grouping them doesn't mess anything up. It doesn't. Alright, good. And why don't you say hi? Hello. I do like autobans. me make this background just a bit darker. Here we go. Alright, and I'll set with the overlay. So Bengali's Burgundians. First map will be Arena. Although the maps need to be cropped slightly. Let's do that as the whole group. Once, there we are. Boom. Don't think I have any other stray pixels on that overlay anywhere. I think we're good. Ah, the lovely spectator dashboard is working again. Hello, 7 Polar, and hello, audience. They have an Australia theme? They don't have an Australia theme, no, but I can see you might enjoy the Koala map. Wellsprings is, I guess, Roman themed because there's an aqueduct. And hello, El Babel. No, this is just a show match. This is just a show match. Yes, it is the middle of the night. And hello, Pickled Cabbage. How are you doing? Hope you're having a lovely day. Good, me? I'm doing alright. Didn't sleep all that well last night, but I'm having a good day so far at least. Yeah, Canberra is the capital of Australia, yes. Now that's just a... Canberra's a good sudden death map. It is sudden death themed, though. I don't know if there's anything particularly Aussie about sudden death. Catan's a fairly late pick there for Barrels. I wonder where he's going to use them. Maybe Koala could be a good Catan's spot. I should also launch the game. Make sure that I have sound set up properly so we don't get double audio. It's always tricky to manage the DE playing versus casting settings. Now host SD2? Yes. John Slow needed someone to handle the payments for him because his bank would kill him otherwise. So I am co-hosting SD2. I will be the money. Microsoft will pay me, and then I will pay the players. And Zaraki, hello. So the drafts are finished. And we will hopefully get the games going. So signups are still open, but I think we're closing in on the 128 places. We have quite a lot of 2Ks who have signed up so far. I need to go look at the list of signups to see who else has joined. I think I saw T90 join recently. I think I'll do like a subscriber goal throughout the tournament, and I think maybe the top goal is gonna be cast the finals in a chicken costume. I need to have a drop shadow behind that grayed out a bit of the draft. Open my inspector here. What's going on in this custom CSS? That should be the same CSS. I don't know what's going on there and why it doesn't have a shadow. I'll investigate that after the stream. So yes, this is Sudden Disaster, the tournament that's going to start later this month. And it's going to run until September 14th. It'll be 128 players, single elimination, so nice and simple. Haven't finished watching Doubt. Yo, please no spoilers. You might want to go watch that first. Might want to go watch that first. I don't know if I can avoid talking about the other show match while I'm casting the show match. If I've already streamed it. I like Barles' picks, they look aggressive and interesting. Aggressive. When we'll get the list of participants. When the signups close, signups are still open. Should you sign up as fodder for the top players? You can. Oh, Genicus, you can watch while I'm live. You should be able to watch the VODs on Twitch or on YouTube. Either of them. You can put the YouTube VOD on ×2 speed. That's what people tell me on YouTube, that they'll put the VOD on ×2 speed. If they like they'll pause it, they'll go run their errands, they'll come back, and then they'll fast forward. Alright, still waiting to see the lobby. There's some only Wolf Rage Forest going on. Oh, there we go, now we have a lobby. Oh yeah, yes, Yannicus, we dual stream YouTube and on Twitch. I've been doing that for a while now. And on YouTube you have 4K quality and you have no ads. So it's probably a better experience. Random person with no mutual friends and no mutual servers. Friend request on Discord. We'll ignore that. Do not recognize you. Sorry. Let's see. Why did Steam freeze on me? That's weird. Yeah, there you go. Unfroze that. YouTube is nice for VOD because you get captions. Yeah, auto-generated captions. I don't know how well they do. And hello, Solo Leung on YouTube. Greetings to you. Alright, Sebastian Barles on Arena. I might make a new version of Arena after casting today. I think I'll do some map scripting and I'll get ready for the pup. Alright, so I think we're launching into the game. Yes, we'll have a short spec delay. Then we'll go. "1 a.m. for you." Oh boy, that's a wonderful time for watching Age of Empires. Alright, so we have a few seconds. Take a guess at the civs. It's Arena. Arena. No, I'm just gonna make a like a 1v1 version of Arena. I need to enable live captions on Twitch? Oh, okay. I'll need to go try that out. We were just watching a local taxi driver's live stream. That is interesting. So Sebastian versus Barles. Barles, I think I'll put him in the red, maybe. Yeah, and oh, there are chickens on this version of Arena. Look at this, this is just like DE's Arena then. Chickens. So we'll have walls, we'll have 1080 hit points, and it will be sudden death. Sudden death, of course, means you start with one town center. You cannot build anymore, and if that TC is destroyed, then you are defeated. So pink for Barles. Barles picks purple, but purple and blue can't be seen together. So we'll put him in the red. I think that'll be the most reasonable thing to do. We'll have a few bushes around this arena. There are hills in the woodlines. There's a weird passage in the back of Barles' base. At least that wibbliness is still there. You can see the harsh boxes of dirt terrain on the mini-map. The lovely squares we got. I hope we get the tower rush. I mean, we might get a tower rush from Barles, the Teutons. Tower rush is a great way to stay in the feudal age longer, pump out vills from your 1 TC. You're not going to get as much of an advantage from FCing. So it might make sense here. What's this mixture of trees? We have these colorful bushes, some normal pine trees, and some snow pine trees. No more snow on the map though, just in those forests. And looking here, I thought it was a bright and sunny map, but then it's cold and snowy on the outside. So what a base for Barles. So Barles will have his main gold forward, with stone and secondary gold are in the back. Varies a bit forward, but I think maybe the base for Sebastian will matter more, as he might be the one falling victim to the trush. He'll have the stone in the back and the main gold in the back and the berries in the back. So honestly, almost a perfect base for Sebastian for defending a trush. And wall to the gold, walled in front, get secondary walls if need be. And we'll see if he funnels. I do hope that he goes to funnel. That is 7 chickens for Sebastian there. More chickens over here. Or Barles. As he'll bring his next boar. We'll see if Barles doing 2 houses. Is that going to be the start of a funnel? Is that going to be a funnel, Barles? He's sending the vill away. Aw, Barles, just funnel the chickens. Guess he needs more wood for the gate. Still looking for the funnel. Okay, there's Sebastian building his wall of houses, and then he could start funneling using the houses. Oh yes, he's funneling. Let's go. Oh, let's go. The funnel. Needs 1 tile wall there. Alright, Sebastian, you missed a spot. Sebastian, there's a hole. There's an obvious hole in your funnel. Funnel's not gonna work. if there's a hole in it. Will it work? Yeah, it shouldn't. If it has to go plug the hole. Yeah, there we go. I'd maybe stagger that back a tile, but there we go. Does it mean we're getting a disaster tournament soon? It means that we're getting a sudden disaster tournament starting, I think signups close this week. It starts next week or the week after. And starting soon. I need to double check the schedule and also double check what day it is. Today is what, Thursday? Oh, today's Thursday the 7th. And let me just double check the calendar before I say something incorrect. And the book. Signups run until tomorrow, so tomorrow's the last day to sign up, and the event time frame starts August 11th. Yep, so it starts tomorrow on the 11th. I mean, signups end tomorrow on the 8th, and it starts next week on Monday on the 11th. There we go. So I think we're at just about 128 signups. So still room if you want to sign up, especially if you're a bit higher elo. We have quite a few 2Ks who signed up. I need to double check. Like I said, I need to double check the roster again. See, oh, this is where that palisade I would have staggered it one more tile. No, Sebastian, push the chicken this way, and then push it across the diagonal. You can't. No, Sebastian, when will they learn? They move half a tile. You can't push them across a wall like this. No, Sebastian, not like this, not like this. Signed up at 1450, gonna need some big brain strats. There we go, some big brain strats like the funnel Sebastian's finally pulled off. This is definitely big brained. And, well, Charles is gonna be trushing before the funnel is even finished. So Sebastian, he might try to push one more chicken, and then he'll have to delete it. He's just deleting it preemptively, he doesn't want to deal with the tower. So loom on the way for Barles. Sebastian has not even clicked up yet. He was gonna FC. He's against the Teutons. So this is gonna be a weird wall off for him. Long distance taking the chickens. He's just gonna wall by the wall and try to keep the tower out. That's 6 forward villas for Barles, so not committing to the full 8 Teuton Trush villagers, just 6. And these villas, they do at least have loom. Tower spreading arrows between both of them. And look at the house up and they'll run away. So Sebastian taking some HP losses there, but otherwise ready to run back. The guy chicken farm in peace. I don't think these walls do too much, as the tower's gonna shoot them down. Guess they help slow down the progress, maybe. Oh, Sebastian dancing. Showing off his dance moves and keeping the low HP Ville alive. Wants to finish the wall. There he goes. Ooh, but loses the Ville to finish the wall. Don't think that was worth it. Don't think that was worth it. Just bring the build back, grab a fresh Ville. So that's a nice tower, covers a large area. That would take a big wall off behind it to keep it safe. As the walls go up. And we'll have a house also from Sebastian. And a market. Oh, the chicken's on top of the market. Failed funnel, leading to a late chicken. And another tower from Barles. And Sebastian's actually gonna have to rush up that market just to make sure it finishes in time before that tower goes up. And yeah, sending more vills over for it. Same thing with the blacksmith. You wanna make sure that they go up in time. Ooh, those are some weak vills. Oh yeah, the tower can't hit that villager. Look at that. The tower cannot hit the vill running away in a straight line. Oh, add that to my list of things. List of things. Charles, Sebastian, 1230. Tower cannot hit villager. Alright, that's my list of examples. Why stone wall on one side when palisades on the other? The palisades were built in the Dark Age, when he did not yet have access to stone walls. Oh, Barles, this is going to be nasty. He's building it in the corner of the gate, and I think he can tower hop over the gate with this tower. I think he can tower hop over the gate. Right in the middle of the gate there. You can just tower hop the vills to the other side. Let's see if Sebastian's aware of this, if Barles does it. Barles is going to garrison, push the vills away. And because it's one tile, I should be able to go back over. Is Barles aware of this? He's ungarrisoning his vills, going to attack the wall. Pretty sure he could hop that. I'll need to test that again, though. So Castle Age on the way for Sebastian, but it's not like he's going to add in 2 more TCs and get an eco lead. No, it's sudden death. So it's sudden death. And, well, Barles staying feudal longer might just have the overall better economy. Has done double bit axe, didn't do horse collar, but at least his farms are cheaper anyway as the Teutons. Yeah, and he did end up stonewalling both sides, but alas, stone walls in the feudal age, not what they once were as the vills break in. And we'll have another tower going up for Barles. As the defensive workshop is up for Sebastian, so he's going to go mangonel defense. At this point, Barles needs to find a way to go up and maybe do guard tower plus bodkin. At that point, then he can stop the mangonel push, or the mangonel defense. Oop, scout doing Seville. Can clearly jump from the window of the tower on the gate. I'll need to test that. I'll need to test that. How are the Mets doing? I mean, they're still at a decent spot in the standings, but it feels like they're slipping a bit. They've had no offense the entire season. Now that the pitching rotation has suffered from some injuries, they're falling back. So there is Castle on the way for Barles. He's going to be adding in a stable. That one probably was just awkward because of the gate. And they're going to add in a stable, go for double towers, and try to use double towers to fend off the mangonels. Oh, he's going for the scout. And double tower is not quite enough. Can't hit the Repairville, who's weak in the back. TC picks off the scout there. And those vills are just gonna have to retreat. Sebastian doesn't have them walled in. There's a barracks for Sebastian. Castle Age on the way. And more scouts being trained in the stable. And so what's that? 12 on food. Oh, stable trying to be walled in. A couple of scouts pop out though. They'll be fighting the villagers, low HP. Armor for the scouts. Surprised armor, not the attack upgrade. And ooh, they'll pick a low HP vill. So down that vill goes. Always have to be aware of where your low HP vills are. Now that the scouts are in. There's one... Is there just one on the far? Maybe that was moved around. Okay, one took some hits there. That one far enough from the TC, he'll go for him, but not kill him. And there we have knights immediately being queued from Barles. Sebastian could go for the monk defense, but it is against Teutons, so they will have that resistance. Workshop for Barles. The knight is out. I just want to go for vills rather than mangonels even here. Armor on the knight so it can stand under the TC for a bit, no fletching. Stable will go down before another knight comes out, most likely. And down it goes. Couple like Kevin in the back still hoovering. I'm gonna find a Vil, but the Vils will turn and fight. And the Vils will keep chasing the fight, and that chase will be successful. We'll get some more HP down. Oh, Mangonel's got the Knight and the Scout. Nice Mangonel hit from Sebastian. But see, he's still down by 3 Vils. And here we're gonna have a forward castle, a castle from Barles. Not going for guard tower, just staying Vils in the tower. No Bodkin either. As the Vils go back to the castle. And more Vils come forward. That tower will protect the castle Vils somewhat. As will that Mangonel that just popped out. Mangonel has to be careful still. Well, that castle should go up with a monastery behind it. Could be redemption monks for dealing with Mangonels. Sebastian, as the Burmese, will have a good monk tech tree himself, just no heresy. And no heresy. Do the Teutons miss anything? Nope, Teutons have the full monk tech tree. Hello, Tucson Blues. Not as strong as Yo's one, but that also depends on how it's defended. Hello, Underil. So monks for Sebastian. The stable for Barles was destroyed, and now Sebastian knows there are no more scouts. Will we see a Teutonic Knight? Will that emote Tucson Blues just typed in actually come to life for us? So both players going for relics. We'll have a forward monastery there for Sebastian. Guess he can train monks out here, then have them bring the relics back. Now, good number of Mangonels, 5 of them there. Scorpion Monk. Those will probably deal with potential Teutonic Knights were they to come out. And we're gonna have a workshop. Okay, so Sebastian not bringing the relics back, putting them forward, going up to Imp, and doing a forward siege workshop. Barles up to Imp too. And remember, when you get Imp, trebuchets start becoming very scary because all you need to do is treb the TC and then you win. Destroy the TC and you win. This feels like a very sudden death flavor map. And JF Vrubel, thank you very much for using your Prime sub. Appreciate the support. What does the TC have to do with the game sound suddenly turning off for the players? What do you mean? And sudden death. Oh, sudden death. I see what you did there. Is a petard rush a thing? It is, yes. It takes 5 petards to destroy a town center. 5 of them. And no defensive castle from Sebastian. We'll have a defensive castle from Barles. Barles has 1 relic in. He sees the ram push. And he doesn't want to just lose his TC for nothing, so he'll defend it with a castle. And now he will... Why is there... Oh, that was stone, okay. Now you will mine gold, and he's going to try to do trebs at the front. Trebs and more monks. And the garrison and rams? No, they cannot. No rams, no siege towers for petards. And forward Vil here from Sebastian still. Sebastian, huge score lead and huge res collected lead. But if Barles can get out a few trebs, he might just win with the trebs. He's waiting for trebs. Petards are expensive to the point where they slow down your imp timing. Maybe that could have worked, but I think he just wants the safety of the trebs. So Ram trying to go through the blacksmith. Right now, Sebastian does not have a route towards that TC. As this market will go down to the Vills. And there's the Treb. First Treb for Barl is deployed, ready to take out the TC. And, well, it'll be walling around the Treb. There it goes. We'll probably see a second Treb soon. Over here, not much risk that can pressure the TC if he'll trying to run in. And that Vil taken out. So now it's Treb time. The Ram, the capped Ram, trying to go through the walls to get to the Treb. A double layer stone wall. And another Treb on the way. Desperate repairs for Sebastian. As the Treb's trying to take the TC. He has stacked the Villas to absorb the Treb shots. Oh, and Slam Jam, thank you very much for the raid. We're casting a sudden disaster show match, and you're just in time to witness Barles trebbing Sebastian's town center. 2 shots he's desperately repairing. In the back, he's got some mangonels and a ram going for Barles' TC. But I don't think that's going to be in time, as one more Treb shot should do it. The Bombard Cannon is out, though, and Sebastian needs wood to repair, but the TC goes down. They forgot to set sudden death as the game mode, so the game isn't over, but Barles will be victorious. And Sebastian, he was getting close over here, but Barles was able to defend with the Vills. So it was just out of wood over here. Yeah, right, exactly. Barles destroyed the market on his way forward, so that slowed down the buying and selling, if not stopping it. Went eco for Sebastian, but couldn't quite use it in time. GG. I'm watching in between Tout versus Yo. Alright, so that's a win for Barles. He will win Arena. That'll be the Teutons over the Burmese. So no Monk Rush for Sebastian. Maybe that was why he picked Burmese. And hello everyone, hello our Southpaw, Haranara, Corner for a Bug, Snarasha, Prestigo. Welcome everyone coming over also from that Slam read. And the next map will be Koala. Let's see, we have a Koala game here. And we'll put Barles once more in the red. Also, let me give a shout out to John Slow, who is co-hosting this event. He's been organizing it and putting a lot of effort into getting it running. So go give him a follow, as he will be covering the event too on his channel. And here we will have game number 2, Barles up 1-0. It will be Sebastian playing as the Blue Georgians against Barles as the Red Catans. So, as I thought, Catans for Koala. Hello, Nightlife. So this is cute. I didn't have to do the map scripting for this. I think this was all Bozzy, or making small adjustments to other maps. But I like all these vases right in the middle of the TC. That adds some flavor to it. Makes it look cute. Oh, while that's going on, scout fight over the deer push. Appropriate, we have a deer push after slam raids. So hopefully they put sudden death as the game mode this time. Sebastian, maybe you could grab some sheep over here or some pigs. See how aggressive he is for laming in the show match, and seemingly aggressive, taking a pig. So on this map, you do have 3 relics, essentially, that are yours, but far enough forward that they can be lamed or taken by the other team. And when I say lamed, I mean walled in, or they could go for a forward, apply so much pressure that you can't take them. I've seen that before. This is the first Catans game for you, really? Oh, Sebastian, he's really getting into the whole laming thing. He's going to take one of Barles' Ibex and push it across the map to himself. Really a lamer. And oh, Barles is going to do the same thing, though. Like, Sebastian's going to give up. Sebastian says, Barles, you're layman like I am. I'm going to stop you. He has the scout HP advantage, and he's going to say, okay, we'll both lose an Ibex, but I'll win this fight. Okay, so they're giving up on the laming. Not giving up on the scout fight, as with a one-hit advantage. Sebastian wants to take that scout out of play. And he's just going to chase the scout around a bit. On the outside, we'll have that stolen sheep from Sebastian doing some scouting for him. Making good use of it. So with the mule cart on the wood line, he'll also move out to the berries. Like multi-sheeping a little. Could you go kill the animals near your enemy's base? Scouts cannot attack deer. And you could try to steal the boar, that's for sure. Probably not going to kill it with a scout, though. When you're this low on HP, though, you don't have enough HP to take the boar. And Scout's just running around the outside. Maybe Barles tries to take the hill. As the Scout runs forward, we'll get to the hill. Maybe turn around on the hill and fight. Ooh, if he tried to fight, he misclicked then. But Sebastian stopped, and Barles just get away. Sebastian, our first one to click up. Now, as the Georgian, Sebastian's scout will also start healing in the next stage too. So, really big advantage there. And there's Barles up, but 2 vills of a timing behind. 18 to 20 pop. Even with the hill advantage, 8 is should be... I think it's actually close. It depends on how capture age, where it is in the rounding. I think it's whoever gets the first hit then. It should be 3 hits for both, if I recall. Barles just wants to push his deer. Ooh, gets the scout. Gets the scout. Well, Barles not going to get his ibexes. He will get a wallop, though, and try to secure the relics on his side. Sometimes we'd see Aztecs or Lithuanians on this map. Aztecs, I think, have fallen out of favor quite a bit recently, though. And once again, we're going to have Sebastian the Lamer. Sebastian the Lamer trying to bring that ibex all the way back to his home TC. And we're doing some laming here. There's Barles up to Feudal, and an archer range forward for Barles. As that spear comes forward, and maybe we can get a poke on the scout. You have the RMS Cup maps? Yeah, this was one of them. Spiral, Fractal, Koala. Your Ring of Reeds. So skirms for Barles. What else other than skirms? Those Khitan skirmishers. A-Train. Skirm, Spears, and Scout Cav line. 25% faster. So good late feudal fighting civ. Spear running around. He's down to 3 HP. And looks like it'll be full walls now for Barles. Sebastian walling, but not quite done yet. Again, that healing on the Georgian Scout. I can click him. There we go. Going to be quite nice. There's another pasture going up. Age of Skirmpires, yes. And domestication. Horse collar for pasture is on its way. So Sebastian with the Georgian Scouts will look for a way to take a fight, but not quite find it just yet. Spear's getting a nice poke on those scouts. Another spear forward. And more pastures, just more pastures being added in continually from Barles. Well, it'll be Skirm Spear against Scout, so full trash from the Khitans. As they'll find some of Sebastian's Skirms coming over too. And now fletching on the way from Barles. And Skirm versus Skirm, but Barles already ahead in the Skirm numbers, and as the Khitans will keep pumping them out faster. Scout Cav for Sebastian could be nice if he can amass them and take a fight, but still enough spears there that will be tricky. If he'll go for another farm, maybe he needs to start farming in the back more. So could wall over here, finish walling if you wanted to. And here come the scouts. So Bloodlines is on the way. Maybe when Bloodlines comes in, he'll try to jump the skirms. More skirms being amassed at home along with a couple of spears. Here come all the scouts. The spears are not there for the moment. And the scouts will take a decent engagement on the skirmishers. There they go. Scouts picking off the skirms. As the spears are all running around. The skirms all trading shots. And no real pressure though, just kind of equalizing with the skirms. At some point I gotta think the scouts will be better than the spears. Maybe that point though is when the scouts all heal up. As both players really close to going up, Castle Age first for Sebastian. Barles will be right there, just needs to drop some gold. And there he goes, about a little bit more than 10 seconds behind. And now Barles is looking to push with the skirms. Even hit the repair vills, harass them a bit. And here come the scouts. Spears there. Scouts? Ooh, taking a poke. Thinking of maybe just straight up engaging the spears. But that's not going to work. Horse collar on the way for Sebastian. And there is skill barding armor on the way for Barles. So he will be making a stable swap then. 3 stable step lancers presumably as the Khitans. And those berries being disrupted. We'll give Barles a nice eco lead, especially with the pastures. Does have wheelbarrow too. That skirm bonus. So Elite Skirm will be in first for Sebastian, and now he's taking the fight. Now that they're up to castle, the light cav are jumping, the Elite Skirms are Elite Skirming, and everything here will be cleaned up for Barles. Barles going down, and now he's gonna have to go for his own, ooh, not a Step Lancer swap, a Camel swap. Sebastian going for the forward monastery, looking to snag the relics. That's not gonna work as all 3 of his villas get killed by camels. So don't leave forward vills out in the open, that's what we've learned here. Now it's a Step Lancer switch, Steppies for Barles. Yeah, that was a greedy fortified church. Great one if it goes up, but greedy nevertheless. Skirm nerf can't come fast enough. Also, we'll see if the production time is actually a suitable nerf. Forging on the way for Barrels. And he'll collect his relics. I think both players will collect all their own relics. And Barrel's still picking them up. And that forward church will be whacked down by the steppies. Okay, so fortified church, being able to strengthen your economy 10%. When you only have 1 TC, that'll be a nice advantage. And then the steppies getting in on the monks and the skirms. Steppies on the monks and the skirms. Heavy reliance on skirms has maybe put them at the mercy of the step lancers. And Barrels just doesn't want to fight under the church. A bit too much church fire for him. Okay, that wall going down, then the steppies won't have an escape route. Skirm's doing their skirmishing, and steppies gonna be pushed back, a couple of them dying. But more on the way. Never stop the step lancer rush. Okay, ooh, that's actually light cab getting to the back, light cab in the back. Oh, looks like Barrels had overchopped and the light cab have gotten into the back of the back behind the wood line. Gotta be careful about that on this map, the wood line isn't that big. It's 5 or 6 tiles thick. Always a hole. Do camels or step lancers have better survivability? And neither of them is great. Camels might end up with slightly more hit points. Step lancer has 1 extra armor. Might depend on the upgrade levels on the skirms. So husbandry at the stable. Our monks going for conversions. And monks in the rear from Barrels, they want conversions. Will they get them? Gets 1, but sacrifices 3 monks. And okay, monks going down. And well, let's see. Steppy is from Barrels, looking to do the same thing Sebastian did, coming through the back of the wood line, but that is walled. That is very well walled. And this is a good military lead, but 52 to 51, 18 to 18 vills and military respectively. This is still a tight game. Although Sebastian, maybe resources close to going up to Imp. And it's that more like cap, more camels. So that's my question. Is he thinking about going up soon? Or just pumping knights? So Steppy's trying to get around the back. There's a house repairer there. 10 watch on the way for Barrels. You can see clearly now. And then another pasture there going up for Barrels. Wants a conversion, the Steppies have to run. Camels hit the cav. And that'll be a nice defensive castle for Sebastian. Kind of far away from the TC though. But it will help protect him as he goes up to Imp. And Imp on the way there. Monk's running around, and I imagine it's just Manaspa into Trebs, but maybe a bit of distance that Sebastian would need to break through in order to bring the Trebs to bear. Let's see, extra resource collection speed from that stone might lead to maybe another castle at some point. We try to secure a forward castle, then Treb from there. He's like, Barles isn't taking great trades. Lacady is kind of even. Got a rocket cart in there ready to blast off. So forward castle from Barles, but he's not up to Imp. So I don't know what that castle is going to do unless he wants to go petards. Which could be an option for him if he feels like his castle's getting tripped down, just make a desperate play for petards. And honestly, that wouldn't be too bad. Palisade that straggler and you have a straight line to the TC. Yep, and he's doing petards. He's doing petards. Let's go. So Sebastian, he's thinking, oh, I'll play a normal game. I'll treb the TC. Barles is a step ahead of him, thinking, I'm going to do petards. And I'm going to break through these houses with my cav. You won't notice it. There's a defensive castle from Sebastian. And petards even could maybe hit the castle foundation. Yeah, everything gonna dive there. There's a bunch of monks. Barles is gonna have to now go maybe all in castle age. And Sebastian will eventually get that castle up, and that's just makes it so much more difficult to do the petards. Now they'll be picked off a bit by castle fire. So more petards on the way. Still, I'm worried about trebs. Perhaps enough melee units, though, for now to defend against the trebs, keep the TC alive, and just pump more camels. More camels and more steppies. See, rocket cart shot on the skirms, they turn around. And a trip now for Sebastian, going for the forward castle. Those vills will repair. That'll be 8+ petards. You go for the castle, then the TC, maybe? There's a ram. Ram will probably take out these remaining houses. So house goes down. And Ville's desperately trying to repair. We've got 9 petards in that castle. And at the front, we have a push now from Barles. Trying to engage this army. Will be under some castle fire, though, and there will be some monks for conversions. Like Cav tried to pick off the monks. But this will clean up most of Sebastian's army. Oh, and the castle's down. Here comes the ram push. Here come the petards. Petards and rams going for the TC. He gets the castle with the petards. The rams will go for the treb. The ram's going for the treb, but he's out of petards now, and the TC barely takes any damage. He got the castle, but didn't have enough for the TC. As on the other side, the trebs from Sebastian are cleaned. But now, no more defensive castle at home. Maybe, just maybe, cav units could run in and jump the TC. Maybe a few more rams could be amassed and go for it. There's a blacksmith for Sebastian. Guess he doesn't have one of those anymore. Hello, G-Grady. Okay, on this side, a couple of rams for Barles. Grab goes for the house. So here come a few rams forward. Alright, here come the rams. Now, I'm sure Barles would love to deny that castle. And Squire's on the way for Sebastian. Still everything poking each other over here. Why do we have feudal upgrades on Georgian Cav and Imp? That's because that's what 1 TC's sudden death does to you. Now on the outside, 1 skirmisher, the best unit in the game, finding Sebastian's gold out here. Yeah, so pikemen proving to be fairly effective so far. And hello, Linny Lover 254. He's got Imp Tex, he's got Trebs. That's what he wants from Imp, the Trebs. And some Monk Tex, like block printing there. Okay. Pikemen want to poke down some of the camels, but the pikemen in that fight will be valuable. No knights there, just camels and steppies. And again, another Treb being chased down. And okay, more villagers coming forward to repair the Trebs. And maybe Sebastian's going to take a shot at the TC now. Yes, he's doing a forward castle. And then we'll have an avenue. So, okay, front gold, almost mined. More rams coming in, more Trebs coming forward. And I'm scared of the Trebs. Alright, we have another castle drop from Barles on the left side again. Bill's on the outside going for it. And that castle will go up. This castle will go up too, and that will maybe give the Trebs room to deploy. Vills need to repair. Okay, it survives. So more Trebs, and then Sebastian can treb that down and win, maybe? And it's gonna be another big ram push. Maybe one more castle that goes down. 5 rams. Villager and Monk come forward, and they're just gonna go for the TC. They're bypassing the castle, going straight for the TC. Barles knows maybe, just maybe, his TC is gonna go down to that Treb soon, and he's making a play for the TC with his rams. And repairs on the TC, not enough rams. At the same time, this TC is still under Treb fire. Just 1 Treb, where's the second? And Barles will call the GG. And Sebastian will tie it up 1-1. And that TC took a lot of damage from those rams petards, but never quite was finished off. So, GG Sebastian. Stabbed well enough, he did. That was close. I mean, they both were getting shots on each other's TC there. That was definitely a close game of sudden death. Sebastian losing his, or winning his home map of Koala. Oops. Accidentally refreshed the map draft, and now it's gonna do that again. Sorry. Hit the wrong button. And the Civ draft. can one script to SD map the two TCs. You can, if you have multiple TCs, all of them need to be destroyed. Let the TC be destroyed or resign? Yeah, up to the players. If they feel like it's lost, they can resign. Next will be Jungle Rumble. I'm also going to very quickly run and try to refill the water I'm drinking. So stay tuned for just a minute, and then they'll get going on Jungle Rumble. But I gotta stay hydrated. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. We will have, in the blue, Sebastian as the Burgundians, and once more in the red, Charles as the Byzantines. So how does Jungle Rumble work? You have two town centers, one on the inside and one on the outside. Both of them have to be destroyed in order for you to be defeated. And we've seen some interesting games on this where you might have like one player winning the middle, one winning the outside, each destroying a TC, and then you're playing 1v1 with TCs. It shows the power of Imp. Imp is very strong. But sometimes a mistake if you do get ram pushed or petarded. The elephant's all taken under the TC. I'm sure players will pick Persians if it's available. Should be one of the better civs for this type of setting. Persians definitely are useful. Persians definitely are useful. I don't think they're going to look at them and say they're not useful. And they might not prefer them over maybe Byzantines. That should be an OP fast imp civ. But Persians are still going to be pretty good. Yeah, Burgundians also, they can do the Dark Age double bit axe and they'll cut faster. 2 TCs, so you're staying a bit longer in the Dark Age anyway. So maybe those early upgrades give you a bit more benefit. And you can even do 2-man saw right away, even with 2 TCs if you're FCing, probably. When does it start? It starts next week. It starts next week. This is a show match to promote the tournament, and if you want to sign up, signups are open through tomorrow. So signups will close tomorrow, the 8th, and then the tournament itself begins next week on the 11th. And it'll be a 128-player single elimination bracket. And I think last I checked, we hadn't filled all 128 slots yet, so there are still possibility to join if you want to sign up. So palisade from barrels on one side. And wall houses on the other. Now, where do we check signups? They're in the John Slow event Discord. You just grab a link to the Discord. Or copy and paste for that. What is useful in this game, but not as much in simple random maps? I don't know if there are bonuses that aren't useful in random maps, but the Byzantine cheaper Imperial Age is what makes them really nice here. Also just the slightly extra HP on the Byzantine TCs. Not as much as the Persians, but here and there it does add up. That's probably the biggest example of a civ that improves something, just the Byzantines able to get to imp and tribs on sudden death. Makes them one of the best civs. Not to say they're bad in other game modes, but I think they're definitely higher up on the food chain when it comes to sudden death. Like 650 elo, you could face Hera in the first round. I don't think Hera's gonna play though. You could face Viper or Yo in the first round. There we go. The more creative type of setup. Also, the extra castle hit points for the Byzantines when we see the Trebors. That matters a lot. Malay should be a good save too. And we will probably see some Malay during the tournament. And Persians do get more vills. So stone for barrels on the outside. On this map, the only stones are in the corners. There are no stones in the middle. So you have to go to the corners if you do want stone. Does it work when they have 2 TCs? As long as you have at least 1 TC alive, you survive. They both have to be destroyed for you to be defeated. So there's a market from both players. And Sebastian's selling stone to go up faster. Okay, interesting to sell stone as Burgundians. So remember, you cannot add more TC, so you can't just go for a 3 or 4 TC boom, even though you start with 2. You are stuck on 2. Opens up possibilities for a douche. It does not, unfortunately, because you cannot rebuild your TC. You can delete one of your TCs if you want to, but you can't rebuild it. So some stone walls from barrels. On the other side, palisade and houses, so Sebastian will wall behind that. Okay, stable and scouts for Sebastian, but that's just going to be for map control. There are no relics on the inside room to fight over. See, ooh, where's that Vil going? And then coming back, maybe a misclick. There are bonuses that are much less useful on sudden death. Like Kuman's second TC, when you can't build a second TC, isn't very useful. Persians obviously cannot douche. Now, Byzantine walls do indeed get the bonus health. See 1296 compared to 2160. Nope, compared to 1080. Let me select one wall segment, not 2, compared to 1080. So slightly more hit points there for the Byzantine walls. I had to fix that in the cartographers to make sure when we had the 1800 HP walls, they got the bonus properly. There's Castle Age done. Yeah, petarding walls can be a bit harder too. I think it's still 2 petards to get through a Byzantine wall though. Maybe if there was a tiny bit of repairing, then that's different. And comes the mills forward. They'll be fighting scouts. Spear is forcing them back, and we'll have a forward castle. Oh, nice gate from Sebastian. Nice gate. Shift the castle foundation slightly, at least. Okay, that's farther back than Barles probably wanted. He's going to try to Wallsvilles. Sebastian, though, up to Imp. Doesn't have any stone himself, but he's up to Imp. Now, Imp also from Barles. And, oh, we'll see. If Sebastian can do a castle in Treb, that'd be one thing, but he has 0 stone. I guess he has to go bombard cannons now to try to remove the castle. What do you do with Imp if you sold your stone to go up? Has to be a university and chemistry and then cannons, right? I think that has to be the answer. I think that is the only answer. You do get 20% damage, even though you don't have siege engineers for extra damage. So Burgundian cannon should be pretty good in early Imp. What's the monk tech tree like? No theocracy. Okay, at least they do have block printing. So we can have a second castle though from Barles. We can have a second castle. This might just be double castle trebbing. You usually don't want to treb war the Byzantines with all the extra HP they have in their castles, but sometimes it's the only thing you can do. And now it's going to be double castle treb production right on top of the TC. And Sebastian will be thankful he has an outer TC. I wonder if losing 1 TC means he'll just resign though. And so deleting the farms there, in case he needs to repair or do some more buildings. Letting some of them run out. Maybe they're just running out too. Oh gosh, did they just get deleted or did they run out? I guess they were almost out anyway. And I soon now. Yes, he could. So, the Trebs are popping, and that means the TC will be dropping. If he expected and block the second castle position, maybe. He was trying to go scouts to stop the castle, but the problem is scouts... It's tricky to stop castles when you only have scouts. You can kill Vills, but... I think Barles did a good job of getting the castle anyway. It does look like it's over, but we're going to have 4 ranges. And elite skirm for Sebastian. He's not going to chop through here either because of the monk stopping him from getting through. Although maybe Barles is the one who actually wants to chop through. Yeah, he could chop his way through the trees. Yep, 1 more treb and then he's through. And then camels are going to flood this base and the trebs don't even need much room to get to that TC. Yeah, Sebastian can try to go skirms from these ranges, but what does Barles care? He can lose these castles, they don't matter to him. He just needs to get trebs down here. And the camel is going to run down and stop the Vills from re-walling, potentially. Ooh, 1 house does go up. Sebastian doing everything he can, but the trebs will take 1 volley and destroy the house. Is it not sudden? It is sudden death, but with 2 TCs you need to destroy both of them. So this does look pretty over. Oh, that Vill wants 1 more house. Not gonna get it in today's housing market, though. It just will be converted. Because it isn't possible to beat Byzantines at their own game. One of the best saves for countering that, I think, would be Italians. But okay, Sebastian, one last-ditch effort to send all the vills forward to rush down the Trebs. This is not going to work with those camels there. He will call the GG, and Barles will go up 2-1. So Byzantines Byzantined that game. Fast imp Trebs, that's what they like doing. 9-1 KD. At 7-0 building raises. Byzantines are going to be really strong on this map, on a lot of sudden death maps. Sudden versus marginally faster than expected. What he wanted to do would stop Biz if he got... That's the big if, though, right? That's the big if. The key of the Byzantines is that timing. Lower pick Burgundians. I mean, Byzantines, the Burgundians, even. I like seeing Byzantines that low. I think maybe they need a bit more love shown to them in this tournament. The next map shall be Aqueduct. Wonder if Burgundians would have been better outgoing all in Castle Age? Maybe just more military in the middle and one stable. I'd be streaming Vinch after this. I'll probably gonna just stream this. Oh, and Dr. Stone, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm probably gonna just stream this because I have a lot of map scripting I need to do for events that are coming up, and I want to make sure I get it done. So, welcome to Aqueduct. On this map, you have two castles, two Gaia castles for each player that get captured. I don't think there's ever a universe where you capture one of these castles on the other side of the map first, but Barles does need to go for his. Maybe there is. But you start with two castles flanking your town center. And again, town center is destroyed, you lose the game. Only one TC. This map, though, is you can dock, so you can get some more food production by getting fishing ships out. There are a few deep fish in the south, some shore fish in the north, and then if you take the north, there's also this area with relics and deer you can take. Spill the tea about future tournaments? Well, Dr. Stone is, I think, helping out with a LAN event that's going to be in Italy at the end of September. There's a small chance I attend that. See if I have time to make a trip, because I'm also going to TwitchCon in October, and then Berlin in December, and that's a lot of traveling. I'm tempted for it, though, because flights to Milan were actually really cheap for me. So, Borlori here from Sebastian. Well, what is this map? What is this map? This is just some creativity. Some different ways to put walls and fortifications on maps. Give it a different start. We're in Italy. You will forgive me if I don't know how to pronounce it. It was pronounced Loano? It's kind of in northwestern Italy along the coast. You could steal if they were... Imagine, wait, when do Cuman scouts start moving faster? Is that in the Dark Age, or is that not until Feudal? That's not until Feudal, right? Like, you're right. Imagine if someone is an eagle civ. They send their eagle to grab this castle right away. They push a deer on the way back to the TC, and then they go up here, and oh no, you've stolen their castle. Is this tournament in the calendar? If you mean the LAN one, it's not World's Edge, so I don't think so. If you mean sudden disaster, yes, that is in the calendar. There's a trailer. I'll need to maybe make a command for the trailer. I feel like they started to phase out military bonuses in the Dark Age. A bit, yeah. They never were huge military bonuses in the Dark Age, but it is very early on and can make stuff unbalanced. If the one thing that you can make in the Dark Age is better, then it kind of snowballs. Yeah, the land one. That's not on the official World's Edge calendar. So that is a macaw flying by. Hello, macaw. So no one docking. I do think docking and fishing is really nice on the 1TC play. And eventually you do want maybe a transport for a monastery up here and you can grab all 5 relics. Are there 5 relics here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I blind? Why am I only seeing 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because there's a cactus in the relic. Oh, there's a cactus in the relic. Look at that. That relic's hiding. It's a camouflaged relic. Oh, I totally did not see that. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that one too, but the cactus is behind that. This relic is dressed up as a cactus for a cosplay. Yeah, so we have Feudal Age on the way for Barles. And Feudal Age also for Sebastian. Can they even pick it up? Yeah, the cacti here are just plants. You can walk through them. You can't actually select them in game, I don't think. They're just like little plants on the ground. But it will obscure the vision of the relic. Wait, let me double check in game and see if it looks the same. Yeah, it does look exactly the same in game. So players need to make sure they're aware of that. Do not touch the holy cactus. Maybe the cactus is the relic? I'm pretty sure if you pick the relic up, you leave the cactus there. But if you place a palisade or something or build there, then you remove it just like you would any plant. So both players up to Feudal, Khmer Vietnamese, so our Raja's expansion Southeast Asian civs. If you remove the cactus, you should be deducted prize money. That's something they could do, like, when I played Black Forest as a child, I never would build on top of the roads, because you couldn't replace them, and I wanted to maintain the structure of the roads. Same with the campaigns, that was just a rule I had, never build on top of the roads, because they were so pretty. Maybe that's something we could do for the next Rage Forest. If you build on top of the roads, you get a prize pool reduction. OCD Forest, yes. I used to also play Roller Coaster Tycoon without deleting any of the trees. I wanted to protect the environment and keep all the trees there, so I didn't delete any of them. This map should be for way Berber Spanish Goths. That's a lot of civs. All cacti are endemic in the Americas except one? So what is that one? It grows in tropical Africa. Okay. Road should apply bonuses to trade. If you build a caravanserai, all the broken roads in the radius should become fixed roads. We did see war wagons on this map the other day. I wonder if we'll see double castle ballista elephants. Probably gonna see rat nurturers and barrels. You like building your houses along the roads in the campaigns? Yes, that too. Try to line up all your buildings so their entrances are on the roads. So Ville's just Alcatrazing themselves over here. They have loom. Ville's for Barles do not have loom. Sebastian actually could just fight that. Especially as the Khmer. Oh, what is that pathing? Those will just go hide in the house. These Villes still don't have loom. But whatever Sebastian wants to do with his forward doing the workshop, that now will be delayed with the rat and archers. And I don't think that workshop goes up. He just needs to get back to the house now. And there it is, Ballista Ellie. Oh, let's go Ballista Elephant. How does this do against rat and archers? I don't know. The Pierce armor's got a lot of hit points. Okay, maybe. And there you go with the Ballista Elephants. Finally he's gonna go for that workshop. Has to be careful about that 1 HP Ville. She could be picked off. But more Villes coming from behind to reinforce this and get the workshop up. And yep, there we go. Weak Ville down. Okay, the Ballista Elephants. This is working. And you do have double castles if you want to just do lots of petards. So we'll have a ram that'll help go through the wall. But could Sebastian here just go double castle petard production? Same thing for Barles and just try to take this TC, take him off guard. There's a nice little rug on it. This guy just looks so sad compared to the elite one. Okay, they're gonna walk around, try to get in. Ville repairs the mangonel. Oh, Ville hops in the ram to avoid the mangonel shot. Ville's friend wasn't so lucky. Mangonel will fend this off for the moment. We'll see. Yep, Mangonel on the way for Sebastian. Oh, on the woodline, a scout and a rat and archer have gotten in. But the Villes will fend off the scout, and they can garrison in the house if they want to. One goes down. Sebastian may be forgetting for the moment that he is the Khmer. Okay, Mangonel in the workshop, 0 on wood now. As that one rat and archer has completely idled the entire wood line. And oh, that one archer. Another archer in the south, but the push continues at the front. Sebastian wants to break through and get to the TC. Wikipedia is a bad source, not always the best source. That's true. Some more mangonels on the way. Ballista Elephants do a tiny bit of damage to the mangonels, but they also take a lot of damage in return. And oh no, Sebastian, this is not how you want it. No, Sebastian, don't lose 6 Ballista Elephants to mangonels. He gets 1, but that's it. And now he has nothing to prepare to repair the rams or protect the rams. There's nothing to protect the rams. Oh no, that's not what you want to do with your elephants. Needs a good mangonel trade, but doesn't get it. And there's the GG. Oh, all of a sudden, oh, how much damage did one scout and one rat and archer do to that wood line? Sebastian had no wood after that. He made so many Ballista Elephants and they're expensive and their corpses are barely visible now, but oh. That was a promising push, very quickly and suddenly turned around. That's 15 to 9 KD in favor of Barles. Better eco. And there we go. Even the rug evaporated. The rug couldn't bear the shame of that push. And again, it is play all 5, so we will have one more game. And it will be on Wellsprings. And I do wonder why Barles picked Kumans. They feel kind of useless in sudden death, but well, maybe he has a plan. Maybe he has a plan we haven't thought of. Yeah, ballista LEs are very expensive. I feel like that plan was somewhat close to working, but Barles reacted really well in delaying that workshop and fighting it with villagers early, giving him time for the Rans to come forward. And the siege was not in the timing Sebastian wanted for the push. So, the map is Wellsprings. Once more, we'll put Barles back in the red. And Barles will be playing as the Saracens to the northwest. Sebastian will be playing as the Chinese to the southeast. And well, what have the map scripters ever done for us? They've given us the Aqueduct. In the corners, there are shorefish with tons of fish. And immediately we're going to have Sebastian as the Chinese milling them and fishing from them. Barles will be doing the same as the Saracens. Now, when you destroy any one tile of this wall, you set off a chain event. And that will explode the entire aqueduct and the bits of wall next to it. So you create an opening to the base by destroying any one segment of the aqueduct. So Saracens, Chinese, the Civs, no Kumans. Still won't know where he intended to use them, or even thought about using them, as my mind is blanking when I try to think of the spot. Does it also delete the fish? Yes, I believe it deletes the fish too. Well, other than the aqueduct, what have they ever done for us? How about the roads? You see road terrain here. Yeah, these maps with prep and strategies. I think this one has a lot of potential with when you blow up and destroy the wall. You can destroy it in your own base? Yes, I'm pretty sure you can. The other day we saw Doubt destroy the wall in the middle, or destroy the aqueduct in the middle, and that opened up both bases. So it also opens up your own base. How much shorefish? Effectively infinite. There are 30,000 food on each of them. So you surround it with villagers, and that's your food economy. So deer getting pushed, but there are no vills under the TC even to take the deer. Saracens for the food plus market? That could be a thing. I mean, Saracens market makes them interesting for sudden death with how fast they can go up using it. And go up and swap resources around. If it's shorefish collection, it's faster than gold early to farm it and sell it. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we do see Barles with a lumber camp, but 16 vills, I guess a bit early to go for gold. But maybe he doesn't go for gold and just uses the food to sell. You can probably go for a really fast FC for both these players. Why is there an aqueduct, Mr. Shelby? Because when the aqueduct is destroyed, it explodes and opens the passage into both players' bases. That's why there's an aqueduct. For some pyrotechnics. Unrestricted. Yeah, don't feel too restricted by this aqueduct, because once you destroy it, it does open up the map. Also some ruins around here, some stone. So forward barracks from Sebastian. If this goes late game, I would think that the Saracens have the much better army composition. Chinese usually, though, with the better eco and smoother ability to get the game to the stage where they can push. Also, these ruins here, you might notice they look kind of similar to a barracks. That's because this was the AoE 1 barracks. I forget if it was the Greek or the Roman barracks, but it was one of those in the Iron Age. Now all destroyed. Roman, Palmyran, Carthaginian, yep, from the expansion. The Rise of Rome expansion. So, ooh, what is that? That's a range, and this is going to be a Vinch-style truss with the range in the back here for Sebastian. Yeah, lore continuity from one game to the next. So Sebastian trushing. Barles past castling. Vils will be going through that wall. First, 800 food. That's the math. 800 food sold is better than gold as the Saracens. Okay. Well, there's a tower. There's the market and the blacksmith. And Archer behind this will help delay the tower, but it should still go up. Although that house is getting mighty close to being destroyed. But the tower goes up in time. Sebastian. I don't think you can attack this with Vils. I think you need military units. He's just going to do a back tower and try to get into a tower fight. Shore fish, okay. You caught me off guard with the shore gold. But Castle Age on the way for Barles. I wonder if Barles could destroy the aqueduct and have the chain reaction destroy that tower. I know it destroys your nearby wall pieces. I don't know about other buildings next to it. I'll have to experiment and see how this is implemented. Guess it has a Saboteur as the dead unit, probably. Still maybe a bit worried about that house losing HP, but is it being repaired somewhere? Gained HP, got to 177. Oh yes, it is being repaired, there we go. Repair from that villain in the back, but she'll have to garrison the tower just to stay safe, heal up a bit. And so scout for Sebastian. Now Sebastian shouldn't be too delayed in going up with all of those vills he has on the shorefish. That should be a lot of food for him still. Wait, do all of your vills explode if this thing gets destroyed? Oh. Oh, wait, they might. So the defensive tower is down, but 16 seconds away from Castle Age. Barles does not yet have a castle, or does not yet have the stone for a castle. We could do maybe a quick workshop if he gets some wood. Okay, there's the castle, buying 100 stone for the castle, using that Saracen's Market, and then doing a workshop in the back. So castle and workshop for him. That is a lot of investment against someone who still is feudal. And there is the workshop. Hole? You mean... Oh yeah, there is a hole by the aqueduct there. And the archers are right there. Yeah, between the two houses. Well, not a hole so much as a destroyed house. And the castle is denied. The castle is denied. The archers, at first I didn't even see them. They're blue, they're blending in with the water there. And yeah, they can get in more, but right now they're denying the castle. Alright, so castle is denied. Is this a situation where Barles somehow destroys the wall from the outside and explodes the archers? Always a hole. And still a tower there. Once the mangonels come out, then Barles can make another pass at it with more vills. But it'll be double towers from Sebastian, really trying to deny it. Archer in the back just scouting around. Tower here probably won't go up in time. Scout will need to snake through the hole. That's a lot of idle vills for Barles, as Sebastian's almost up. Barles desperately keeping the mangonels prepared to try to get the castles, or try to get the towers away. He really does want that castle to go up. Doesn't have any farms yet and is being denied all of his shorefish. So denying the shorefish while Sebastian is fishing freely. That's gotta feel pretty good for Sebastian. Yeah, res collected, he's starting to pull ahead. Mangonel's going for the tower as the archers run back. I have a tower going up here for Barles. Market is saving him. Well, that's what Saracens do, right? They get saved by the market. Yeah. Both players using it. There's Barles buying some food. And Mamluks now. Mamluk time. As Sebastian just now is up. And 35 to 35 vills, but Sebastian up by, what's that, 700 resources collected. Vills moving out, they'll be doing a forward workshop. And with the workshop, maybe time to think about destroying the aqueduct. Less idle TC. So here come the archers, and Mamluks can be difficult to deal with. They kill all 3 trash unit lines, so you do need gold units. And potential monks too. So scale barding armor on the way there from Barles. And the Mamluk will come out of the castle. Nice little tree behind it. And get on a rocket cart, exchanging some shots there. Let's walk a mill on, yeah, mill on each side. That's what I was saying. I feel like this is actually a disadvantage compared to this, because here you can basically access all 4 sides. This one only gives you access to 3. But, okay, double stone walls there for Sebastian. Really doesn't want that mangonel push to get in. Giving his on rocket carts. Bloodline's on the way. That'll help the Mamluks, give them more HP. Sebastian had been on the gold outside, but the mangonels will find those vills. Okay, rocket cart hitting the Mamluks. Mamluks trying to get as many crossbows killed as they can. And go imp with this food. He can. And honestly, perhaps he should. Be dangerous to go imp with that much army outside your base, but could plop down one more building and go up, then that'd be nice for him. It's turned around really quickly. I think that's going to be the case with a lot of these 1TC games. Oh, okay. Sebastian going for the forward castle now. How close is the castle to this aqueduct, and would destroying the aqueduct explode the castle? Oh man, we need these players to destroy the aqueducts. I guess Sebastian doesn't want to destroy it since he's getting more food from it. Okay, Mamluks. Going for the vills, And imp on the way for Sebastian. And we've seen what Trebs can do. Does he get this castle up in time? Is this a successful castle or a doubt castle? 80%, and he needs to get it up 90%, but there are fewer vills. The fewer vills he has, the slower it will build. And he does get it up. Only 6 vills remain. And as he's up to imp, that's going to be time for Trebs as the aqueduct is now destroyed. The aqueduct is destroyed. Okay, didn't destroy the vills. Only destroyed the 2 walls that were right next to it. But now there is an opening as the aqueduct is destroyed. Boom. And now Chukonu time. Okay, there's a Chukonu for Sebastian. And Zipperneck, thank you very much for using using your Prime sub on the stream. I appreciate the support. Host W the most. Thank you very much. So there's Imp, and we all know what happens once the Trebs start popping. Now here's the question. Will Sebastian go for the castle first, or will he just get 4 or 5 Trebs and go straight for the TC? This castle fire doesn't do much to your Trebs. Oh, Barles did. His castle was shooting it down? Okay. Oh, but actually Barles, he did that because, let's see, Sebastian walled it up, though. He walled it up. You can see Sebastian reacted and walled it up. If he could have gotten in with the Mamluks, that could have been devastating. He probably could have taken the TC. There's so few vills here. Maybe he just needed to get in sooner. Maybe better positioned around there. There were no vills lost in the destruction of that aqueduct. So there's Imp done. Padded archer armor. Now you gotta ask where the Trebs are. Not enough gold for the Trebs yet. And Chukanus versus Mamluk. Chukanus versus Mamluk underneath the castle. Mangonel there too. Chukanus maybe out of position taking the fight. A lot of Mamluks go down though. Chukanus will try to chase them away. That's 12-1 Eco KD in favor of Barles. And Sebastian lost the vills, but I think they were on the castle. Did he lose 20 vills? Oh, he's down 20 vills. Did he have stuff that died from the aqueduct? I checked his fish and it didn't look like there were vills who died there. The Chukanu's now defending. But the Trebs are out. The first Treb is out. And a ram push, but against Chukanus, that's hard to pull off. Chukanus destroy rams. And that ram push might not succeed. More Mamluks on the way. That's a lot of rams, though. Vills can even go in the rams, maybe, if they want to add some more to the push. Yep, and then that'll be Sebastian walling up. But not enough to stop the Rams from getting to the castle. Mamluks will dive the Treb, not enough true canoes there to defend it. And this castle will remain standing as the Rams go for the castle. And with the Mamluks there standing underneath it, the true canoes won't be able to defend it from the Rams. And I think Barles is going to destroy this castle. I think he's going to pull it off. And the Mamluks almost dead. And Barles is victorious. Sebastian losing the castle will call the GG. And Barles will take the show match 4-1. So congrats to Barles. Congrats to Barles in her sudden disaster show match. Had a couple good attempts at TC snipes there. And GG's. We can't rewind. We don't have that that is unfortunately paywalled feature in Capture Age. We can go back to the beginning of the rec and check. It was minute 25, so we can watch the rec back. We just go swap over and update the scoreboard, and we'll go watch that back. So that's 4-1 for Barles. We'll win on Wellsprings. Said it was minute 25. That's a win with the Saracens over the Chinese. The Chinese, I think we saw how insane that eco was from the shorefish. We'll go rewatch the... I want to see if they died or not, so we'll rewatch it. I think that's fair enough. Said it was around minute 25, so we can speed up to that. And see what happens to our good friend the Aqueduct. We'll watch the Vil count as we do this. And hello, Introverse. How you doing? So we'll see. I'll also look at the map script later. I'll see how this is implemented. Maybe I'll do a video on the Aqueduct. That would be cute. So there's the tower rush. She said it was on 25, so we're halfway there. I think we actually speed up faster a bit if we zoom in. Oh, lovely, lovely fish under the wall. Bill's collecting. Oh, and John Slow, thank you for the raid. We just hope you enjoyed casting the show match. We're just checking the Aqueduct, and we're going to watch the explosion again. We wanted to see what happens exactly when it explodes and how much gets damaged from it. We know it destroys the walls, but we want to see what else gets hit. Alright, so I think we're getting close to it. Let's see, at some point the castle's going to attack it, or the forward castle will go up. We're getting close. Okay, there's the forward castle. Okay, yeah, Barles is doing it. So he is going to be destroying this tile of the Aqueduct. That's going to cause a chain reaction. We'll watch this in slow motion. The Mamluks are stopping the castle while this is going on. Will any of these vills die? I don't think anything dies here from it. I think, yeah, Sebastian has 33 vills right now. Send a few more forward, but once this explodes, nothing's going to die. Yeah, it doesn't kill the vills. But that was the... Oh, that's a nice chain reaction of explosions in slow motion. There we go. Yeah, so no vills died in the destruction of that aqueduct. It is just the walls that go down. Now that could be interesting if the aqueduct were to explode more violently. But yeah, this map is great. You destroy the aqueduct whenever you want, and you open your passage to the enemy base. And Sebastian must have just quickly reacted to wall it off again, and then he walled it off right away. Maybe you need some rock terrain there so you can't just re-wall it. Yeah. Anyway, that was the show match. So thank you again, John Slow, for organizing these. And thank you for the raid. So So I think that might actually be it for me today too. Just doing a short stream to get the show match casted. We'll see. I might be off over the weekend as I have a lot of work I want to get done in both preparing videos and stuff, and also map scripts for upcoming events. So I will probably send a raid over to anyone who's streaming now, who is online streaming. We can raid... No, we can send a raid over to Mem. I think he's casting the LY Cup. So go say hello to Mem, and I'll see you all, if not over the next couple days, at least on Monday for the start of this event. So thank you all for the support. And maybe there's a chance I do a map scripting stream at some point at the weekend too, but I need to do some map scripting now. So thank you all for the support. Let me also, we'll end the YouTube stream first. So thank you for